Prior to the Manny Pacquiao-Brandon Rios fight, I was a very big supporter of VADA. And who isn't? They want to clean up the sport. They have all the right slogans. They have a very impressive PR campaign. It's all about being clean and doing it right and doing what other people don't do. And I was convinced that they were legit. And I was convinced that they would be the answer. However, almost from the get-go of the Pacquiao-Rios campaign, questions kept coming up. For example, during a media day, VADA testers show up at the gym to test Brandon Rios. First of all, very unsanitary conditions where they placed on a table near the gym. If you ever been to a gym, a boxing gym, and there's a table right by the ring, first of all, there was McDonald's food there, a Coke cup. Near the ring, when people are training, sweat, blood, all kinds of fluids could be flying into the container. Not very sanitary. But that's part A of it. The other part, when a reporter asked the testers, when are you testing Manny Pacquiao? The VADA testers, or the people representing VADA in that case, said not until China. Now let's say they didn't know if that was the case, or maybe that was the case. We don't know. But VADA rushed to issue a statement saying Manny was tested twice. And not only that, but we do not release information about our test or the results only to the fighter and the promoter. That's it. We don't talk to the media. We're discreet. Let's keep it real. I've been around Manny Pacquiao for 5 years. The guy has more personal cameras than any other athlete. And I'm including Kobe Bryant, including football players, baseball players, hockey players. You want to tell me, with all cameras around Manny Pacquiao 24/7, he can't breathe. He's a big deal in the Philippines. He's a congressman. He's a great person. He does so much for charity. Not one news outlet got a still picture, a photograph, a video clip of VADA testers arriving to test Manny, especially given the history of Floyd Mayweather with all the controversy over the test and the lawsuit and everything that came with that. And given VADA's proactive PR campaign, you would think they would celebrate that moment and they would cherish it and they would blow it up. But they didn't. So that was one part. Then when we get to China, we asked the lady in China, have you tested Manny? And she said, no, we're sorry. And I have this on video and I have the testing on video, as you could see. So if you think. Now, Brandon is tested numerous times. He passes everything with flying colors, comes up negative in everything during camp. After the fight, Brandon does a test with the Chinese commission. He does a urine sample for them. And the VADA tester wanted a urine sample as well. And Brandon said, well, I just peed. I can't pee twice. Then they go to a press conference. Somewhat time later, they go up to Brandon's room. And Brandon says, okay, I'm ready to pee. And, excuse me. And the representative of VADA says, grabs a cup and pee into a cup, which is against their own bylaws and procedures. So VADA, who issued another statement now saying that's not the case, we know we don't use cups and no one used the cup. How do you know, Margaret Goodman? Were you in China? Do you go to gyms when they do the test? Maybe you should leave your office and actually go in the field and see what happens. I would highly recommend that to you. If you want to save VADA's image and reputation, you want to clean up the sport, take a more hands-on approach, because there are 10 witnesses, 10, and you could want to investigate this. I'll help you. Contact me, Ellie Segback, ES News. I'm willing to help VADA clear this. So Brandon pees into a cup. In the meantime, Robert's son Pita and another trainer, Art, run downstairs to the VADA office in the arena to bring back their containers. And it was the urine sample was transferred from a drinking glass to their sealed containers. So right there, the sample is void. It's not according to their procedures. So there are questions about that. So VADA need to step up and say, hey, it's okay. We all make mistakes. We're human. And maybe it was an error in judgment of their tester. And then the fact that they knew the result from Brandon's test that they claim that was positive, which we don't know I don't know. I'm not there and I don't know how they test. But just the fact that he peed in a cup already makes it suspicious. But what happened to their policy of not talking the results with anybody except the fighter and the promoter? Brandon hasn't heard from you guys, but the media heard about it the day of Maidana's weigh-in when you knew the results 2 weeks before, supposedly. So there are a lot of questions about VADA in this situation. Margaret Goodman needs to look into this and really investigate it, not just brush it off and say, no, we didn't never use a drinking glass. Investigate. Talk to Robert Garcia. Talk to me. Talk to 10 people in that room. Brandon Rios had a big suite with 3 apartments, 3 bedrooms, and there were like so many people in and out of that room. You can't just take a drinking glass and call it sanitary. You can't go into a gym and do a test by the ring with all kinds of fluids all over. It takes away from it. You want to clean up the sport. We want to support you, but do it the right way. Don't ruin someone's reputation just by an experiment, or just like by not being fair and not giving them the opportunity. That said, if you're going to test big names like Manny Pacquiao, everybody has a camera on their cell phone. Just click a test. Click one picture. You don't have to give out everything, but just let people know. Don't just brush off people and say, we tested him. With all the cameras around him, and he takes pictures doing everything, if you're going to say we're testing both sides, one side you test on a media day, and the other side you don't test. So, or if you test, we don't know if you test. We just have to take your word for it. Be more transparent. So that's all what I have to say about this. I believe Brandon Rios did nothing wrong. I believe VADA may have made an error here. If they want to investigate this deeper, I'd be happy to help them. They need to talk to their tester. You could bring him. We'll talk to him. He'll remember. Not every day someone pees into a cup. And you could talk to Robert's son, who ran downstairs to get the container. And you could talk to the other trainer, Art. He went with Pita. And you could talk to your people in the office in China when they went to pick that up. So there are a lot of questions about the procedure. Stay tuned. FaceNewsReporting.com. I'm Ellie Sekbak reporting. And you can follow me on Twitter, @Sekbak.